I wanted to ask about Syria, since that's in your purview. You hear a lot of people from the right to the left saying, well, it's over. The revolution over there is over. The Islamists took that all over, and so now it's Assad and the Islamists, so ISIS is the real thing we got to worry about, and that's all there is. That's the only game in town. A lot of people use this game stuff. And, you know, so the Assad is the lesser evil, and so there's nothing else. How do you feel about that?
I mean, first of all, the numbers tell the truth on that. For every one person killed by ISIS, Assad kills 7. And so it's just factually incorrect. But on the other hand, I think it's very problematic that we have this view frame of it's either Assad or the terrorists. And that's exactly what these dictators do, is they create an enemy, and then they say, well, it's us or them, it's us or the extremists. You either take the extremists or you take us, and we're the lesser evil. And that's not true, because if you look at we always focus so much on the issue of terrorist groups, and terrorism, and terrorist organizations like Al-Khawaja, like ISIS, like whoever it is. And we rarely ever talk about state terrorism.
Right.
We rarely ever identify state terrorism. And that's what it is. When a government, when a president slaughters his own people, that is state-sponsored terrorism. And when a government like Saudi Arabia commits war crimes like it does in places like Yemen, that is state terrorism. The only difference between ISIS and Assad is that Assad is recognized as a government, and ISIS is not. That's the only difference. So this entire issue of it's us versus the terrorists, no, you are the terrorists.
Absolutely.
It's two faces of the same coin. It doesn't differ. And so we need to be very careful about allowing ourselves to fall into that trap of, oh, do we support, the necktie wearing terrorist, or do we support the long bearded terrorist? Because at the end of the day, there's no difference between the two.